Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If he squeals, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yep, that'll do. Well, hello there. It's Friday, and post arrived in this morning, and it might be what I think it is, it might not be what I think it is, but I'm going to open it, and hopefully it is what I think it is. So, very carefully. All fingers and toes still intact. Is it? Could it be? Oh, it is. From Games Workshop. And it's a little white box inside a big brown box. And it is, da-da, a Knight Moirax with Volkite, Veuglaire and Siege Claw. So there's our Armiger bits. Ooh, nearly dropped that. There's our, this is not a toy. Ooh, funky, empty box. So, we've got the big 100mm? 100mm base. We've got the set of sprues. So, I've built two Armigers up before. I built the Warglaves I got in the Forgebane box. So, yep. So this is the sides, the arms, the feet. Doesn't have the sprue with the shoulders and the weapons. Obviously it doesn't need them. So we get our three sprues for the core of the Armiger. So there's the carapace. It's a very nice piece. No mold issues or anything that I can see. Maybe a little bit there, it needs file down, but nothing serious. Nice detail work. Yep, very nice. And then the main gun has a slight mold slippage in the, I don't know what you call those, frills? Nothing? Well, I don't know. I mean, it is noticeable, but I don't know if it would qualify for a refund. It would be on the bottom side of the gun, so I might not worry about it. But apart from that, that is absolutely fine. So, yep. And there's the rear chassis. Now you compare that to the original. So they're very the same, except that bottom piece. Okay. I'll have to check the instructions as to why that would be, but it's a lovely cast piece, so I don't really care. The claws are very nice, good detail, but not overdone with detail. So yeah. And then we've got some cables and what I'm assuming is part of one of the weapons. The cables are very nice, packed full of detail. No sign of any problems with any of the molds. Let's look at some head. Ooh. Lots of little holes, so I'm assuming there's lots of cables to go in there. But that knight cable, or the knight head, is very nice. This is the head I shall be going for. I would much rather have a knight head than mechanicum head, just so then I can play him without being part of the mechanicum. I do have a small mechanicum force, So that'll be the crotch plate, and these two, I checked the instructions earlier, are part of the shoulders. You need to carve out the little bits of flash inside. But you probably don't need to, but I might. And then shoulder guards. So these are very similar to the ones on the Warglaves, except this actually has a Mechanicum cog. Very nice. Any mold problems? No. These bits of flash will obviously have to go. And then we've got our central core of the claw. So, yeah, just a bit of loose flash. Very nicely done. Maybe a little air bubble there. But again, I'm no perfectionist. As long as it's good enough, what do I care? This is the head plate. This is actually much more like a baby knight than the other ones because it does have the... I don't know what you would call it. It's the plate that goes over the head. But that's a very simple piece, but well cast, so can't complain. Cables. Ooh. And those would be suckers for mold slippage, but no. And some more cables. And a little central bit of one of the weapons. Detail on it's very nice, very fine. Nothing wrong there. And the exhausts. So they're very interesting. Much simpler than the exhausts that are with the original. So they're slightly smaller as well. So if you compare the exhaust on the right there to what is from the original, it's very lower profile. And there are the two side by side, or above and beyond, or whatever you want to do. Yeah, interesting. I'm going to see if these ones fit. I'll probably cut them out and put them on anyway, just to see if they fit. Because it might give you a bit of variety if you're able to get another one. And these, I'm assuming then that these are the same as the bits that would usually come with the Warglave. But so there's holes inside. If you can see that, there are holes for magnets. So these are obviously designed to be magnetizable. For my Warglaves, pretty much what I did was, if you see, you've got the top circle, then the inner circle, then the next circle, and then the big circle. I cut it off with a saw at the base between the bottom circle and the little inner circle. Just cut that off, glued a magnet on, and then I think that was a 6mm or an 8mm magnet that can then fit inside the weapon housing, so you could have a magnet. So basically this piece would have went inside the weapon. This piece then is basically the bit that it would rotate around, and then so I made that the magnet, made that a magnet, and it all worked fine. So yeah, magnetizing the Warglaves was very easy, but this made it even easier because there are holes in there for magnets, which is very nice indeed, very thoughtful. One of the nice things about Forgeworld is that they do the magnetization very well. I'll do a full rundown of my Barracuda someday because that is a magnetization masterpiece, except that the holes are too big. So yeah, that's beautifully cast, no mold lines, no mold issues. Yeah, the Barracuda's magnet sizes are too big. They just literally snatch the weapon out of your hand. It's a bit much. But here we have the thigh plates. These, I think, are identical to the thigh plates on the Warglave. Oops. What was that? What did I drop? Oh, it's alright. Not part of the model. Yeah, I think these are identical. Which, you would think that they would have the sprues, the plastic sprues they're going to use, laid out so that they're the same across both models, and then just have the different bits, but for some reason, no. So here's some more of the fine detail stuff. There's a bit of a mold line you can see running along the back of that. And maybe a bit on the back of, yeah, just a tiny, it should file off very easily though. Here are the shin plates. So there's this one, and then there is this one. So I think these are interchangeable as long as you put them on the right leg. And by right I mean correct, not opposite of left. Very nice though. Again, no issues I can see there. And then we've got, the Mechanicum head. Is that focused? Yeah. So you can see the Mechanicum head there. Right, that is very nice. Very intimidating looking. And then those are obviously bits for the weapons. Or maybe they're not magnetized then. Maybe you're supposed to glue the weapons on. That's no fun. Anyway. That's a lovely head. Yeah, no problems at all there. Right. Alright. Let's take a look at the build instructions. Mechanicum Knight Moirax with Volkite, Veuglaire, and Gyges Siege Claw. I don't know what a Veuglaire is, but it looks cool. Looks like some sort of plasma weapon to me. So, there's our exploded parts diagram. If you can see that with the screen glare from this lovely shiny paper. And our component list, 34 components, some of which are doubled and one of which is trebled. And we start off building it with the rear of the fuselage and the sides and the base to get the torso, the carapace. It's all very straightforward. It's very similar to how you would build the standard Knight. The shoulder guards are slightly different. They've got this crossbar beam. So, and then we build the hips and the legs. So the build instructions do say that the shin plates are left and right. Pardon me. But I'm fairly sure you could build this both ways. And we've obviously got the groin, they call it the groin plate, I'm calling it the crotch plate. And then the shoulder assemblies. It all looks fairly straightforward. I don't think there's anything particularly difficult. Now, one thing I was thinking of was magnetizing it, so I can replace that pin with a magnet, placing a magnet in the shoulder joint, and I think that would work fine. I can't see any reason why not. And then we've got our siege claw assembly, which is probably the most complicated one. So you can build it, I think, closed or open, and then the heads, you can't really see that, they're fairly dark, but I'm going to go for the knight head rather than the Mechanicum head. But I am very pleased with this model. There's only that one slight issue with the gun, with the coils not being even. This is a lovely kit, and it'll look good in my knight's colour scheme. Anyway, if you've made it this far, thanks very much for watching. There's another couple of videos there you can click on. You can click on the subscribe button if you want to, like the video if you want to, stick a comment down if you've anything to say, and in the meantime, happy wargaming, and I'll see you next time.